What's going on, guys? Asian Guy here, bringing you a video covering the 10 new units which have dropped on Japan. We have got a full legend batch, 2 new legends for the Twitter voted polls. Information courtesy of Koala-san. A lot of people on the OPTC subreddit and subreddit Discord have helped out with the translations. Now, there was a lot of confusion earlier with some mistranslations, but we have got the full info for these units now. These 2 units, I personally don't believe deserve a super type position, but they have got super typing. You know, you look at the previous super type legends, we've got Sabo, we've got Luffy, we've got Blackbeard, we've got Katakuri, we've got Kid and Basil Hawkins, and then we have Smoker. Okay, kind of maybe, he's an L merchant, but then we have Sugar as well. I do not believe Sugar deserves to have a super type legend, but as I say, it is what it is. Super type Psylor, when are you gonna come? Right, so Quick Smoker. Quick attack characters boost by 4 times, HP by 1.3 times, increase attack of the quick characters with every consecutive perfect that you hit for a maximum attack boost of 5 times. Now, compared to the other super type captains who can have a flat 5 times attack boost like Snake Man, like Katakuri, and also like Kid, I do think this is a little bit underwhelming in comparison. He is tanky, yes, he's got a flat 4 times, which is nice, but the other ones all have that as well. And then his downside is, of course, you only boost quick characters, which is normal for a super type unit, although Luffy and Kid do have the universal 3.75 times. But on top of that, he does not make any kind of orbs beneficial as well. So it's a very, very basic captain ability, which I think is, by the new standards we have today, I would say it's okay. I would not say it's absolutely mind-blowing. It's nothing too special. It's just a bog standard new power crept captain ability, which ramps up. His special ability is pretty interesting. 100 times characters attack and typeless damage to one enemy that will ignore any defensive abilities and barriers, and for 5 turns the crew becomes immune to burn and attack down. Now, this is going to be a new kind of buff, I believe, immunity for your own team. So for once, we now get the immunity rather than the enemy. Burn and attack down. It's a debuff we have seen, I wouldn't say too rarely, so it's relatively common on Japan. And yeah, especially burn. We see burn a lot nowadays, so that is a pretty good one. 5 turns the crew becomes immune to it. So very good for carrying over into mini boss and boss stage, and I'm sure that has good usage. Even as a sub special here, it has good usage for forests and stuff like that. Remember, quick is one of the strongest typings in the game right now. You have a lot of really good dual legends that are quick. You have got, of course, you know, the beautiful Shanks crew, one of the best legends, if not the best legend in the game, followed by another one of the best legend candidates in the game, which is Luffy and Law as well. You got Carrot Legend as well. A lot of very, very good quick units in the game. So when the crew has attack up buffs, so when they have the attack up icon, for 1 turn, boost orbs of quick characters by 2.5 times. Otherwise, for 1 turn, boost attack of quick characters by 2.5 times. Now, I'll elaborate on this in a moment. His super typing condition can be procced whenever the crew has attack up or an orb boost buff. I'm not 100% sure support abilities that give you attack up or orb boost can contribute to this, but I would be surprised if they don't. Super typing special will extend attack up and orb boost on crew by 1 turn and super type your quick characters. Now, this obviously means that if you use both of your smokers, you're going to have an attack boost, so you give yourself the attack boost first with the first smoker. The second smoker special will then give you a 2.5 times orb boost, which for quick characters, let's be real, beg your pardon, is pretty damn insane. 2.5 times orb boost, 2.5 times attack boost, and if you use the double smoker, that will end up being 3 turns of those 2.5 times attack and orb boost, which is pretty dang insane. You can also, if for whatever reason you don't want to use smoker special, you can use it with a Komurasaki special and then give yourself 3 turns of the 2 times and 2 times attack and orb boost respectively as well. However, if you're only using 1 smoker, this will only be extended to 1 turn, so keep that 1 extra turn, so 2 turns in total, so keep that in mind. You can also use V1 Aokiji 6 Plus to extend those specials even further, so you can essentially have 4 turns of these attack boosts if you want. So yeah, kind of interesting, but the fact that you have to use double smokers rather than a single one. For example, you look at the Strength Luffy we've got for Anniversary. He has the attack boost and orb boost in 1 unit. Whereas with Smoker, you got to extend it. You got to use both of them to proc it. So I personally don't think this guy's anywhere near on the level of the Luffy. I also don't think he's on the same level as Kid, but I would put him down at maybe around Katakuri, Sabo's level. Now, Katakuri, I know a lot of people like him, but realistically speaking, he has not really had many places to shine, but this video isn't focused on Katakuri. I just think a lot of these super type legends, it's very easy to overhype them. I think he's a solid unit, this Smoker, but this is one that I personally am not too interested. I might do maybe 3 multis because the batch is decent, but yes. For those of you wondering if I'm going to put on this banner, I'm probably not going to go very hard on it. His Sailor ability means he can't be blown away, and you also make quick orbs beneficial for all units. So he's a decent sub, just even for utility, can be a decent sub for preventing the burn and attack down. Bear in mind, it's immunity, it's a new kind of buff. He does not remove burn and attack down. That was a mistranslation earlier, but he does not remove that. His support ability, though, oh my god, is pretty top tier. Once during the adventure, when the support character does a HP cut or direct damage for 1 turn, boost attack of quick characters by 1.75 times. That's really good for a support unit. His Pirate Festival ability, so PvP, he's actually amazing in PvP. 2.5 times attack and damage to enemies in a large range, forward facing. 100% chance to inflict paralysis on 2 enemies for 10 seconds. Now the paralysis is, as I've found in PvP, not a big deal, but 2.5 times attack in a large range is pretty absurd. That's pretty good. His Pirate Festival ability, his passive, will be level 5 HP up to quick allies, which is fantastic. When HP is 50% or lower, level 6 chance for enemies to miss their attack. Miss their attack only works on normal attacks as well, so keep that in mind. But yes, I think overall, so if you take into account PvP as well, he is a top tier unit. Smoker is not a character that I really like from the series. He's a bit of an L merchant, one of the characters, if not the sole character, who has the singular most counts of losses against characters, whether it be mentally, physically, or emotionally. This guy has taken so many L's in the series, and I also think he's taken an L here, because I personally like the 5-star artwork way more than the 6-star. I think the unevolved artwork, it just looks better, in my opinion. It just looks better. I think this one looks very generic. It even looks like, you know, just like a good rare recruit artwork. But this one, I think, looks better. But let's move on to Sugar. Now, Sugar as well. This is the 5-star unevolved artwork. I think this should have been the legend artwork. And then we've got a generic artwork for the 6-star, which I think, again, just looks like a good rare recruits artwork. But yeah, she's going to be driven cerebral. She is going to be the highest captain for driven units, believe it or not, in terms of attack boost. So she's going to boost the attack of all units by 3 times, their HP by 1.2 times, and if the characters have a cost of 40 or lower, and she will be able to make everyone on her crew have less than 40 costs with her special. We'll get into that in a moment. Boost their attack by 4.5 times. So on her burst turn, on her special usage, everyone on your crew will be a 4.5 times attack boost, except for Sugar herself. Actually, no. She is a 40 cost legend. She's a 40 cost legend, ladies and gentlemen, so she's kind of like Buggy. So yeah, that's pretty cool. So she will boost herself by 4.5 times as well. So she will treat quick and int orbs as beneficial as well. So you can use Komurasaki on your team for strength and int units, which is very nice as well. So yeah, 40 cost legend, as you guys can see there. I'm not sure if you can see my mouse. You can. And yeah, her special, for 3 turns, the selected characters, you can select up to 5 characters, meaning you can select everyone else on your team, will become toy bears. These bears will have a cost of 40, so they will all get the 4.5 times attack boost, and their base attack will become 2,500, which is higher than any unit in the game, so that's already very good. Now, these toy bears can ignore some debuffs when attacking, so I'm assuming this is going to be like Big Mom's Rampage mode, where Big Mom ignores Bind, she ignores Paralysis, and they can attack through that, which on paper looks really good, but we all know what happened to V1 Big Mom. While it is unique and it's a bit quirky, it's just really not that useful. You know, it may look good on paper, but in practice, is it really going to be that useful when we have so many units that can already remove all these debuffs X, Y, or Z? However, carrying on, toy bears will attack automatically after Sugar has attacked. Now, we don't know if this automatic attack is going to be like auto attack mode, where they can hit good, greats, perfects, or even misses, or if it's going to be like Big Mom's Rampage mode and they essentially hit the same as a perfect every single time. If it does hit a perfect every single time, then that's very good. And for those of you wondering about, oh, what about good, great barriers? Don't worry, because Sugar and toy bears will ignore any barriers when this special is procced. Actually, maybe Sugar will ignore any barriers when the special is procced for 3 turns, and the toy bears will also ignore any barriers when the ability is procced. They will also get plus 0.7 to the chain multiplier. Now, this is something to keep in mind as well. If you choose not to change certain characters, I don't know why you would do this. If you choose not to change certain characters into toy bears, they will not go through barriers, they will not get plus 0.7 to the chain either, and they will not get the attack boost, and their cost will not be changed as well. So if they're a legend and you don't change them into a toy bear, they're not going to get that attack boost 4.5 times from Sugar. They will get the 3 times attack boost instead. Now, the speculation here is that when you change your characters into toy bears, maybe you can't use their specials, which might be quite annoying. You can use the specials before, then use Sugar, but then, for example, if you're locked in toy bear form for 3 turns, if you move into the boss stage after a mini boss stage, if you can't use any other specials, that's going to be a bit of a problem. So we don't know yet if toy bears can use their specials or not. There's no subtext or any text saying that you can't. So I'm sure that toy bears, just like for Capone's special when they're in the Big Father, you can still use them normally, just that their sprites will change into toy bears instead, and they will have a higher attack boost and get the plus 0.7 chain and go through barriers. Now, some things I've seen is that a lot of people are saying that Sugar is absolutely busted. I personally think she's going to be a bit overrated. I don't think if people pull her, they're going to see much play with her. There's just better captains overall that have much higher flat attack boosts or that are faster with cooldowns. Just in my opinion, I don't think that this legend is as good as people make it out to be. That special though, depending on how the automatic attacks work, if they guarantee perfects, I think that's amazing. If you can still use all the toy bears, for example, using their specials, you can do whatever you want with them, then I think, yes, that is a top tier special. Really, really good sub as a captain. Very good captain, but I do not think she's like game breaking or game changing as a lot of people have made her out to be. I think what's happened is a lot of people have seen that she can go through barriers with the special, and instinctively they think of Carrot, where Carrot can actually go through all kinds of defensive effects, but Sugar does not actually go through defensive effects, guys. She will only go through barriers, enemy defense up, enemy threshold, enemy damage reduction, all of that stuff still applies. Sugar does not go through any of that, so you need to bring units that can bypass that. For that reason, I'm sure that surely you can still use your special in Toy Bear form, because if you can't use your specials in Toy Bear's form, then this character is really not that great, but I'm sure you can. Her super typing condition is pretty easy to obtain. You can proc her special, so any Toy Bears on your crew would mean that she can use her super typing, or you can have Dofi, Treble, Diamante, Pika, or Monet. So people from the Dofi family, surprisingly, no Virgo, you know, interesting. But super typing special for 1 turn, boost orbs of characters with cost 40 or lower by 2.25 times, which is really, really good. So when you pop her special, you're going to get a 2.25 times universal orb boost and a plus 0.7 chain, and you can go through barriers as well, which is amazing. And then super type quick characters as well. Even outside of using her for quick characters only, guys, as a universal captain, still pretty damn solid. Because that orb boost is universal. Her sailor ability plus 100 HP attack recovery to characters with cost 40 or lower. So very nice for buggy teams, pairing up with buggy teams as well. She's a good captain for that. And crew will treat in orbs as beneficial too. So that's also very, very nice. So support ability, 13% attack and HP to supported characters, Dofi family members again. And then her special for PvP is actually very, very good. Level 4 defense down to all enemies for 18 seconds. That's a very, very significant amount of time. Level 9 attack down to 2 strength enemies. Strength is the strongest typing right now in the PvP game mode. You got Snake Man, you got Douglas Bullet, people like that. Big Mom, very, very big powerhouse hitting units. Whitebeard, Akainu, etc., etc. But attack down, that, in my opinion, is only good for Snake Man, because when you look at Douglas Bullet, when you look at Akainu, you look at Whitebeard, none of these units actually scale off their attack stat with their special. They have HP cuts, they have fixed damage, so it will only slow down their attack speed and also their normal attack damage. Their level 9 speed down is also pretty insane. It's pretty good, 24 seconds. So yes, that is pretty damn strong for PvP. And then her passive ability from the start of the battle for 20 seconds, level 8 reduction in charge time for 3 strength enemies. So it's very, very good to counter people like Big Mom Snake Man, and also Douglas Bullet. Level 5 charge time increase for quick allies for the first 20 seconds of the battle. So very, very good in PvP, especially if you're going on offense. So yes, that is a very solid unit. We've got Caesar, we've got Bonnie and Ivankov, and we've got story mode. So these are going to be the rare recruits: Ivankov, Bonnie, and Caesar. We're going to blast through those in a moment. We have story mode, new story mode, Big Mom, Katakuri, and Perispera. Now, story mode is very, very easy, guys. These bosses all have like less than 50,000 HP. You can literally one-tap all of them. They have nerfed story mode for every single story mode island. All the previous ones that used to be really hard to farm as well, they're all super easy now. So like every new player can blast through story mode and get all those gems. So don't worry about story mode. And then we've got Quick Kuma and also Quick Mario, which are going to be event units. And I mean, just look at these artworks. Look at these artworks. These guys definitely deserve to have legends. This Mario, I'm sure this would have been his legend artwork if he got a legend. But we're not going to get the legend because instead we got Legend Smoker instead. I wish it was Legend Smoker. I do wish it was, but unfortunately it's not. So, Legend Caesar. Very nice artwork here. I really like the pose here. His special will cut the cut the HP of one enemy by 10%, -1 cooldown of quick and ink characters, change block, recovery, tandem orbs to matching orbs for 1 turn lock orbs and for 1 turn plus 0.7 to the chain. His sailor ability, the most notable one here, will counter 2 turns of special rewind, which is very, very nice as well. And then his classes are Cerebral and Slasher. Now, for me, as soon as I saw this, the first thing I thought of was he's a very, very good Carrot sub. And as you guys know, I really like using Legend Carrot, and that means I'm probably going to have to pull for this, because this is the main prize for me. Legend Caesar, not Legend Caesar, I wish, but Caesar, very, very good Carrot sub, great orb manipulation, chain booster, and also HP cutter. And of course, deals with special rewind and gives cooldown, which is absolutely lovely on Legend Carrot teams. As you guys all know, if you use Legend Carrot, we all love the cooldown. Quick Bonnie, she is a free spirit fighter, and she is also very good. Reduce 5 turns on Bind and Despair on the crew, and for 1 turn, boost attack of quick characters by 1.75 times. After 1 turn has passed, for 1 turn, boost attack of quick characters by 2 times. And this is very similar to Kizuna Moria. It's very similar to the new Legend Sabo that we got. It's a timer buff, so this cannot be interrupted by the enemy, I believe, where in the sense that you have the timer buff. As the timer buff expires, you now are guaranteed to get the attack buff the following turn. Unless the enemy interrupts you for using an attack boost and then clears all your buffs, this 2 times attack boost for the following turn will always apply. So even as an attack booster minus the utility of Bind and Despair, which is already very good at 5 turns, it's a very nice damage boosting ability. And quick characters will treat recovery meat orbs as beneficial as well in the sailor ability, which is superb. This Bonnie is also very, very good. Unfortunately, free spirit fighter, meaning she's not great on a Carrot team. But yeah, she's got great limit breaks as well, orb seal reduction and pinch healing. Ivankov! We've got another rare recruit, Ivankov. Ivankov will cut the HP of your crew by 1%. For 3 turns, will boost color affinity and a normal attack. So normal attack and color affinity, 2 decent boosts there for quick and ink characters by 1.75 times. And after these 3 turns have passed, for 10 turns, he will halve the attack of all your units on your crew. So yes, that's a little bit bizarre. And my prediction or my guess for why they've done this is so that you can't use this in Forest. Because I'm assuming if he gets a limit break plus, eventually Ivankov gets a limit break plus one day, that cooldown will go down to like 11 or 10 turns, and then that's a really good special. 3 turn boost of color affinity and attack is pretty dang useful. As I said, not super types, typing wise, quick is one of the strongest, so that is a very nice special. And then if you have this attack debuff, you can't use this in Forest, so I think that's why it's there. Having said that though, if you use this with Legend Smoker will prevent that. With the double smoker special, you'll be able to prevent any kind of, or not even double smoker, just a single smoker will prevent attack down. So yeah, unless this is going to be something like reduce attack as in the reduce base attack stat, and rather than giving yourself attack down, we'll just have to wait and see. He will reduce 3 turns of special seal on himself, And yeah, that's pretty much the only notable thing there. We've got the story mode units. Story mode units are a nice bonus. They're all decent units, but nothing special. Big Mom will cut HP of all enemies by 10% for 1 turn, boost attack of powerhouse characters by 1.75 times. Very nice artwork there. We've got Katakuri with some pretty not great artwork, to put it lightly. And he will, for his special, will reduce 3 turns of attack down on crew, and for 1 turn boost orbs of powerhouse characters by 1.75 times. So a very, very good unit to get for free-to-play players that are new to the game. And then we've got Perisphere as well, also likewise very good for new players. 10 turn cooldown, which is actually very good. Reduce 3 turns of paralysis and bind on the crew, not bad at all. And reduce 3 turns of % damage reduction on enemies. So niche special, but I think quite useful. Striker-driven type there. Not bad at all. We have got Quick Kuma and Quick Moria, who are going to be from a special event for the Thriller Bark. I always forget the name. But yeah, Kuma will, when HP is 70% or above, boost the attack of quick units by 3.5 times, which is pretty damn good. That's not bad at all. He has a very high attack stat as well. 1534 at full limit rate, not bad at all. Reduce 3 turns of special seal and chain multiplier limit. For 1 turn, boost color affinity for normal attacks of characters with cost of 40 or lower by 2 times. So, taking that into consideration, I'm sure that Sugar in Toy Bear form, like any characters in Toy Bear form, will be able to use that special, because this is quite clearly designed for that Legend Sugar to get that color affinity boost. So, outside of Legend Sugar, not that great of a character. It's just a 3-turn special C on chain multiply limit reduction. So yeah, that's a bit of an oomph. You know, that's a bit of an oomph. No, it's a bit of an oof. Kuma, guys. Bartholomew Kuma, Shichibukai, revolutionary beast. Of all people, becoming a slave of a little lolly called Sugar. You hate to see it. Slave in the series, and also slave to Sugar. Not a fan of that, not a fan of that. He is being absolutely robbed of a fantastic legend. He could have been an amazing, unique legend, but instead we got Legend Smoker. I know Smoker's popular, guys, but he's an L merchant to me, and I just don't care. Quick Moria. Alright, so Quick Moria will deal 1000 fixed damage to all enemies, reduce 3 turns of paralysis, attack down, and chain coefficient reduction, 9 turn cooldown, very, very good for Kizuna's being that low of a cooldown, and very good utility. 3 turns normally isn't enough sometimes these days. I would say you need 5 turns, but 3 turns is not bad. It's not bad. It's not bad, but yeah, Sayer ability will reduce 3 turns of blindness. Looking at those stats, I think this is going to be similar to the Rebecca and Diamante event, which we got, the Dressrosa one, where limited rare recruit Lucy was the main unit to use there. But yes, those are the 10 new units, guys. Let me know your thoughts, especially on Sugar and Smoker. What do you think? Are you happy with Sugar and Smoker? I'm sure almost everyone agrees that Sugar, at the very least, does not deserve a super type legend. I think many people agree that Smoker is not worthy of a super type legend as well. But I mean, Basil Hawkins got one, so I guess Smoker, Basil Hawkins are probably around the same level. What I want to see though, guys, and my prediction is going to be, we're going to be getting, I cannot speak, guys, I'm sorry, it's very early in the morning, but we're going to be getting a super type Psylor, and we're going to get alongside that either a super type Queen or a super type Kinemon, or a super type Sengoku. Now, Queen would only be for the sake of having it in the anime. You know, when he appears in the anime, he's definitely going to get a legend at some point. Whether or not he's going to be super typing, I don't know. Legend Sengoku, you know, pairs up with Law in the sense that, you know, they had their little thing going on at Dressrosa. We got the Corazon, that is a support unit for Law. And also Sengoku, we got him on the 30 gem guaranteed as well. By the way, if you haven't done that multi-pull, I 100% recommend pulling for that Quick Corazon. His support ability is absolutely amazing. Reduces attack down and also reduces bind on Law and Sengoku. So do pull for that. Only 30 gems, totally worth it. And then on top of that, maybe, I don't want this is the last one that I want of them all, is going to be a super type Kinemon. Now, I can really see this one happening. He's relevant in 1.0. He's been relevant in the story for a long time now. We've got Law and Kinemon in 1.0, so I think maybe Super Type Law and Super Type Kinemon might come out together. But I'm certain Sai super type has to be Law. It's gotta be Law. We've got Legend Kid, we've got Legend Luffy. Where is the super type Legend Law? And the reason why I'm upset with Sugar is because barriers should have been Law's thing. And if you think about it, Law has a crew full of peasants. So the characters with cost 40 or lower would still make sense, because Law has a crew full of peasants. But yeah, Law, Trafalgar Law is my favorite character. If he ever comes out with a super typing, even if it's rubbish, I'm still probably going to do 30 multis for him to get the guaranteed. There you go, Bandai. I've said it. Release super type Law. Okay? Release him. Thank you very much for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed that video and have a wonderful, wonderful day. Bye-bye.